Whether it's high flow, hardened, or just regular old brass, every modern 3D printer comes with the same 0.4mm nozzle. My Core 1L even came with two different 0.4mm nozzles, a hardened and a regular brass. While there's good reason for this size of nozzle being so standard, it's not right for every print and for every person. So I'm gonna go over what the differences are, why you might wanna use one versus the other. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna talk about three different nozzle sizes, a 0.25, a 0.4, and a 0.6mm. These are the most common unless you're printing huge items where you might use a 0.8 or a 1mm nozzle or bigger, but those sizes are not common. And for print settings, I kept the layer height to half the nozzle diameter because that's how most people use them, because that's how most slicers set things up as default. But feel free to experiment and have fun and test things out yourself. I also printed everything with my Core 1L just to keep things consistent with timing and quality. And yes, it's as funny as it sounds to use a 0.25mm nozzle on a printer as large as the Core 1L just to make tiny little miniatures. This is also the fastest printer I have. So the speeds that I save for these prints are best case scenarios for most people. And they are best case scenarios for me. All right, first let's talk about the smallest nozzle, a 0.25. If you're using another brand, it'll probably be a 0.2, but for Prusa, it's 0.25, and these are essentially the same, at least for this video's purposes. The best way to explain why you'd use a 0.25 is by showing you this miniature Deadpool I printed with all three. 0.6mm nozzle has no detail. It's just a shape with very obnoxious layer lines. But it only took 25 minutes, so you know, who am I to complain? For something super small and detailed, I'd never actually use a nozzle this large, but I wanted to at least compare it to others. The 0.4 is legible as Deadpool, but it doesn't look good. It looks passable as a test piece or just to see the size of something before you spend more time printing a more detailed version. And it took 36 minutes to print, which is 44% more print time than the 0.6. Now the 0.25, it's clearly the best looking. So much so that the only time I saw anything less than perfection with this print was after shooting the video and looking at it on a big screen, because on a big screen it's larger than it is in real life and you can see more detail, but to the naked eye, this is incredible. It actually shocked me so much based on how good it came out. The kicker though is it took 1 hour and 27 minutes to print, which is nearly 250% longer than the 0.6mm nozzle and 150% longer than the 0.4mm nozzle. And now let's switch to benchies. You can see the difference. Again, the 0.25 looks the best, but here I'd say the 0.4 looks pretty good too, and the 0.6 is passable. For this, since I like both the 0.4 and the 0.25, the question would be, are you okay with, 150% increase in print time for a little better quality? For me, the answer is no. But now I use the 0.25 for one more print just to show you guys, and it's a test print for a magnetic sunglass mount for my car. All three look good here. So again, why print something with high quality when you don't need it? 0.6 here would work. So spending 40% longer or 250% longer with the smaller nozzle, it just doesn't make sense to me. So let's dive into the 0.4 versus the 0.6, since 0.25 is really only worth it for miniatures, and I don't print them regularly, and the 0.4 and 0.6 are the most versatile of the three nozzles. Most of my prints are functional. They're for things like jigs, like this jig I made to hold a 3D printed lemon, and I'll get into why in the future I have a 3D printed lemon and a jig for it, but jigs don't need to look nice. They're usually made while I'm in my workshop doing something else, and it's something I need quickly, so I run it on a 0.6mm nozzle with 0.32mm layer heights, and I just do something for a little bit while I wait for it to print, set things up, and by the time I'm done, it's done printing. All right, final answer. Who are these nozzles actually for? The 0.25 is only miniatures. Really, only miniatures in PLA or PETG. I wouldn't print any other material out of this, and I wouldn't print anything large out of this. The problem with this is it clogged so much when I was using it that I contemplated not making this video. Finally though, when I got it to work enough to get the Deadpool to come out, it came out so well and I was so impressed, I didn't care. So it's really impressive. And aside from the clogging, it just takes a long time. So if you have the time, great, but most people don't. As a reminder, this Deadpool took an hour and a half versus 25 minutes with the 0.6. That's a lot of time for a small print. Speaking of a lot, we just passed 3,000 subscribers, which I think is a lot. So I just want to say thank you to everybody watching. And if you want to see me get to 5,000 subscribers, you know what to do. Now back to the nozzles. The 0.4 is great at everything, but miniatures. And it's not great at being the fastest, obviously, either because of layer heights. I do see though why companies use this. It's the perfect general use nozzle for people who want to make decorative things or gifts or items you see daily and interact with. You want them to look good without much post-processing. So 0.4 is great. The only caveat that I have is 0.4, especially high flow, will still clog if you do a ton of prints with abrasive materials like carbon fiber or glass fiber or that sort of thing. It's a little annoying, but it works well 90% of the time. Now, 0.6, this is my favorite because for most of my prints, I just need two things. I need them to print fast and reliably. I care less about things like looks for jigs or brackets or functional components. Reliability comes into play much more. And when I use materials often like PCCF, my favorite filament, especially the Prusa mint blend, the 0.4 clogs occasionally, which means unreliable prints on a regular basis if you're doing a high enough volume. The high flow nozzles especially, the 0.4 high flow, clogs all the time with abrasive materials. My 0.6 on the other hand, never clogs. Plus, I get to use materials I don't get to use with the 0.4, like Ultra Glow from Prusa. It's their glow-in-the-dark filament. It's supposed to be brighter than anything else. I'm testing it out for a future video, and they say you have to use a 0.6mm nozzle. It's insanely abrasive, and you can see it. You don't even need to feel it. You can see just how abrasive it is. It's basically sandpaper. It'll clog anything that's not a 0.6mm or larger. So really, I'd say I default to a 0.6 if you mostly print functional parts, and a 0.4 if you print items that you want to look good and interact with regularly. The 0.25 is only worth it for tiny detailed prints and miniatures. I hope that helped, but that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.